welcome back. So today I've got my orange X-Maxx on the bench. I had the motor shaft finally come in, 7786X. It's not a motor shaft, it's the transmission shaft is what they call it. It's the push drive shaft. I'm going to check this, make sure that it doesn't wobble like the one that's in here, because this was the bent one. And I want to get that fixed. I'm tired of that gear noise. Also, I broke down and got these washers. They're not plastic. I thought they were plastic. They're actually like aluminum. And some new motor screws to put in it so the motors will stop pulling through these chassis on hard crashes. I didn't really care of the color. Red was all they had in stock. So I got a couple of red ones. Whenever you're looking at TRAXXAS, if they're out of something and you don't really care about color, change the last number. Whether it's an X, an R, or a B, it makes a difference. So I'm going to take this 7786X. This is supposed to be the upgraded one with the X on the end of it, but who knows? It's probably still the same shaft for all I know. But I want to spin it like I was spinning the other one. Yeah, this one looks like it wobbles too. Looks like it wobbles more than the one I have in there, but we'll see. This one's always made a funny gear noise. So much dirt on this thing from the park run yesterday. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. Sometimes you have to answer your real job. Let's see. Like I tell everybody, this is my hobby. It's just something I enjoy. I didn't even unscrew the back two. Now, from my understanding, from what I remember, I put grease back here. Yeah, I can feel the grease on these rear bolts where the push drive hits the center diff. Let's see, can I pop this out? Don't want any sand or dirt. There we go. Bearings feel nice. Really don't want any dirt in this. Oh, job calling again. Hold on. All right. Well, let me, this has kind of got me concerned that this shaft wiggles kind of like the other one. I'm wondering if it's these DGI gears, excuse me. something to do with these DGI. Maybe this DGI gear is not round, is what I'm thinking at this point. That ain't gonna work there. Wonder if I should spin this before. See what this gear's looking like. You can hear it. That's the noise that the gears are making. What is this? That's a 50 tooth. I'm going to try swapping out the gear. Maybe it's the gear. Since I have another DGI gear. Oh, work calling again. Give me a second. Alright, let's try this again. So I got the new gear here. Let's get this one off. This one did feel kind of tight going onto this thing, but we'll see. Or it was this one that was tight. They sure fit snug. I'm not even going to bolt it in. Still makes noise. It's not round. So, time to change the shaft. That's all I can do. So, let's see if I can, wonder if I can just pop the lid off by these three and leave the gear on. Got to get that pin out of there. This has got a new cush drive in it. Washer, this plastic washer. And we're going to push that down, grab the keyway. That's snug. This will lift off. Then the shaft bearing will come out. Then this shaft is replaced. So, like this. Bearing. Put our pin in. Lock that up. Don't forget the little washer that locks in. And the tapered gears. Tapered screws. And the gear screws. I really hope this fixes this gear noise. Could be these gears, but I had this gear on the other X-Maxx. The other X-Maxx is a lot quieter, and I'm wondering if it's these DGI gears. Alright, so So that's going to lock up that way. And we got to put the pin, the gear, and the bearing goes on the end like that. And we're going to give it a shot. I'll keep this shaft as a backup, and we'll get this thing reinstalled. We'll be right back. All right, listen to this. Same exact noise. So I have a feeling it's got to be those aftermarket gears. They're just not round, and it's creating a tight mesh, which is going to cause heat problems. So I'm going to go ahead and get these washer things installed now while I leave the cover off, because the pins are in the right order. It's maxed out on gearing. For a 50 tooth, I would have to go down to a 46, which I don't think I have any more 46. I don't even know if I have any more 50s. It's a 54. I do have a 50. If changing that out, I might just go back to the stock gear, stock 50, and then we'll run it that way and see if it fixes that noise. But those DGI gears might have an issue. But first thing we're going to do, let's flip it over. I'm going to bring you guys in, and we're going to see how a package of these things do. 7759R. I'm going to replace out the screws since I do have them, because a lot of times these screws, over time, the heads strip out, that kind of stuff. As you see, I got washers in there. And then these things are supposed to fit right in there. Like that. Much better. Even better than the washer. I would imagine it would be, since it's made for it. Make sure it sits down in there nice and flat. The washers work good if you don't have these pieces. Definitely put in the washers, because the screws do pull through. Now this one, I could tell the washer is like smashed up in there into the plastic. That fits so much better. New screw. Make sure it gets tight. And that's it. Much better. And you don't see the color, so the color doesn't really matter to me. I just, I've been waiting for those things for about a month now. So let me get you guys back set up. All right, so let's discuss cost. So these little washer kits, 7759R, they're $6 a piece, 12 bucks. And then the shaft was also $6. And that's what I'm talking about, 1985. Replacement parts on an X-Maxx are super cheap. You can't beat it. Proof is in the pudding. Tax was $1.85. And hopefully some of my issues will start to go away. Even though it's not an issue, you can see me running it. What I'm going to do is try to slide this motor over a little bit more. So what I do is loosen the screws, then I kind of push the motor over to give me more clearance, put pressure on those pins. Same thing I had to do with the XRT, is get some little wiggle room and see if you can get the mesh proper. Get those things tightened down. Let's see if we have some mesh room now. This thing's making a mess of my workbench. Got a little play, but it's still tight. And you can hear the gear noise. So, the only thing that I really accomplished was the washer deals. So, I'm going to leave it like that for now. Next time I pull it apart, I'm going to stick in a factory gear. It's got to be the gear. I've already changed out the push drive, already changed out the shaft. I mean, it could be the motor shaft is bent, but this noise all started when I originally chipped and stripped out a set of gears. I think it got caught in between, and it caused some sort of bent something, and I really thought it was the shaft. The 8-year-old X-Maxx doesn't seem to have that problem, but this one does. This one's 5 years old, and it makes that funky noise. Doesn't really seem to be hurting anything or overheating or any of that. It's just a noise that bothers me when I run it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up, get the batteries taken out of it, and I'm going to bring in my Creighton EXP and start working on that, because I got to get that thing figured out with the receiver, and want to check the diff fluids on that one. That one's doing way better than the other EXB, but I want to go through the RC and make sure everything's good, and get this one and my ready to run Outcast cleaned up. But next, you'll see the EXB on the bench. We're going to go through that one. That one seems to be doing better than the ready to run. The ready to run took a beating. That RC is always... EXP is only a year old, and the ready to run is 2 years old. So, time tells. Try to keep up on all my RCs, but sometimes it, you know... It's a lot of wrenching, a lot of bench time, especially if you're going to bash them as hard as I do. And I haven't even been bashing these that hard lately. Reminds me, I got to get this cover back on. I always forget about these gear covers. But it is pouring rain again today. which is creating havoc at my real job, because we're supposed to be on location filming. And it's a pool scene that we're doing, and it's raining outside, so that's not going to work. And that's why I have a little time right now. I'm home because can't film. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. But I'm going to continue fixing some RC cars. Get this one cleaned up. Get the other Outcast cleaned up. And we'll catch you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.
That's where you can't go full trigger or you'll pop a tire. Blew a tire.